So you're having my baby, and it means so much to me. There's nothing more precious than to raise a family. If there's any doubt in your mind, you can count on me. I'll never let you down. Lady, believe in me.
You and I
will never fall apart. No.
You and I.
We knew right from the start. Oh, yeah, baby.
The day
we fell so far in love. Now our baby is born, healthy and strong. Now our dreams are reality. Yeah, yeah, baby. Forever, my lady. Ooh, yeah.
It's like a dream.
I'm holding you close,
keeping me warm. If this is ecstasy,
forever, my lady.
Forever, my lady. I say just what I mean. Forever and ever. I pray is what I see.
Yes, my baby.
Okay, cause you was about to get into it.
I was in it. I was feeling it.
Ooh, yeah, you was in it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Marquis.
And this is your one and only, your favorite Taylor.
And welcome back to the You Stuck With Me podcast.
You stuck with me.
Beautiful, how you doing today?
I'm actually okay today. How are you, Pumpkin?
I'm doing well today. But before we dive into this episode, we just want to take a quick shout out to our frat brother Alex Dorsey because he was the one that hooked up our show art.
Yes, thank you, good brother.
Thank you.
And we might as well do shout outs because it's Father's Day.
So speaking of Father's Day, shout out to my father, Ronald Williams.
And a heavenly shout out to my dad, David Poindexter.
We love you.
We love you. And also, a happy birthday to my little brother, Linnell.
Happy birthday, Linnell.
Happy birthday.
Also, we want to say Happy Father's Day to the uncles, the grandfathers, the father figures, the godfathers, everybody in between. Happy Father's Day to you.
Hey, happy Father's Day, Uncle Marquis.
Yeah, that has a nice ring to it now, I think about it, because,
he freaked out when I first told him this earlier today.
Man, because when she said, I'm like, wait a minute, what? I kid y'all not. So, let's clear the air right now. She's still not pregnant.
Stop plotting on my uterus.
But we just want to give those shout outs to every special man out there who's playing a father figure role, whether you're the biological or not.
Wait. And then also, can't forget another form of father figures. Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. Do the stepdaddy. I'm going to call your mama.
Call my mama.
I'm going to tell your mama.
Tell my mama.
You so bad.
You so bad. You just mad because you ain't my dad.
Shut up.
Hey, first time I heard that song, I was rolling. I was on the floor
that
crying.
Song is catchy.
Well, we want to dedicate this episode to all the fathers out there.
Yeah, and the soon-to-be fathers, a.k.a. Marquis.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Babe, don't play with me.
Who said I was playing? I just said soon-to-be fathers. I didn't say when.
Don't do that.
What are you talking about?
Don't do that.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Shoot, let everybody else tell it. The last couple times I've been sick, they be like, oh, you pregnant. Man.
We done heard it all, y'all. From because she's sick, she pregnant, asking me have I been sleeping a lot, have we been fighting a lot? No to all of the above.
And I had dreams of fish and they thought, oh, that mean you pregnant. No. Not to say we don't want kids.
Yeah, because
kids are a blessing.
They're a blessing. Let's open this part of the episode. Let's start out with this. So to be completely honest with you guys, we have been having talks about family planning.
And actually kind of start the process.
I mean, we've naturally been starting the process for a long time.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
No, but in all seriousness, no. So we have been starting to talk about family planning and what that would look like, what we expect from having children or having a child. It's two. We say that we want 2 to 3, but we know that just
We gonna see what happens after we have this one first.
yeah. So like first of all, we're not in a rush. We'll put that out there. We're not in a rush, so don't make you
And again, she not pregnant.
Again.
She, as in me, as in I, am not pregnant.
So don't expect that any. Oh my God, Taylor is pregnant. News.
Oh my God, they just came out on air that they pregnant. Oh my gosh! Oh no way! Ah!
But seeing that it's Father's Day, it definitely makes me think of certain thoughts that come across my mind about being a father one day. What was looking at how my father raised me and my younger brother, and first thing I know that there's no how-to manual to raise a child.
Speaking about your brother, we gotta shout out your brother because he's a stepdaddy. Stepdaddy.
Yeah, my brother Marlon is doing the stepdaddy.
Do stepdaddy. Happy Father's Day, Marlon.
But he had to go into that. He's doing a good job, a great job.
Well, it's like what I said. I noticed with like on media, social media, and TV, and even people that I know closely, they said having children actually can change your perspective. Like you could be out there, you could have been known as the party animal and stuff like that, but once that kid come along, you're a whole new person.
Not just being a whole new person, but it makes you grow up quicker.
And also, it puts them survival skills on lock.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm last day school now. I'm gonna get laid back, but I feel it in my spirit once I had that kid.
See, my thing is it's me. As far as me being a father goes, I don't want to be the goofy father.
But you are.
I honestly think that might change. I see myself being more the stern father.
I see you being more. Now I see you as a stricter parent. Me, I'll just be like, but this is the golden child. You can't talk to the golden child like that. You can't talk to the favorite's favorite.
I can see you saying that too.
Yeah, our kids will be spoiled. I will call them the favorite's favorite, or the favorite's favorites, depending how many we have.
There's some things that I have wondered, just from a perspective as a guy who's not a father yet. Just want to make sure that I always make sure that my wife and kids are always well taken care of. I never want to feel like a failure, and I think that's probably one of my biggest concerns is being afraid of being a failure as a father.
Well, that's funny that you say that because I'm not a mom, but I've experienced being an aunt and a godmama.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was telling my sister like, hey, I'm new to this godmama stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. But the only thing I would say is what it really taught me is one thing that Godzilla, if you've been following us on our video stuff, you'll know who Godzilla is. Godzilla really taught me like how to be patient more. Like not saying I always thought I was an impatient person, but in a different mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's different to be patient with like a friend or a sibling, stuff like that. But with a child, that takes a special person because you gotta remember they're learning how to grow up to be to where we are. They not automatically gonna know to tell you like they're hurting, they're hungry and stuff like that. So
I agree with that, and we just like adults, we have to give kids extra grace.
Yeah,
because they're just little adults.
Not even little. I wouldn't say they're little adults. They're just little people.
Yeah, and then the thing about it is you gotta remember that they're forming their own identity. They're seeing the world through their own unique perspective because
Godzilla got a personality of her own.
Yeah. she's adorable, no doubt, but she definitely has a personality of her own.
That is TT's best friend, but Godzilla, she got a personality of her own, and them lungs work. Cause every time I get on the phone, mommy, yeah, Auntie. Oh, well, yeah, she loves her some Uncle Marquis. She be like, TT, where's Uncle? Uncle! Like, anybody think about your big head Uncle word? I'd be jealous, I ain't gonna lie. I came first.
But I mean, she definitely makes us like step up our game, and we often look at each other like, "You ready for this?"
Right. But it's like we always ask each other, "Are we ready for this?" But also too, it actually taught me. She actually helped me learn a little bit about myself. I actually can be a nurturer.
Yeah, you can. And you often say that I'm the nurturer, but she also teaches me how to be stern and firm.
Yeah, because when you drop that lower octave, like, hey, hey.
She do.
But yeah, so.
But I'm gonna be honest. I'm in terms of looking towards fatherhood. I'm excited to be a father one day.
I think you'll be a dope dad.
Yeah, I look forward to walks in the park, taking them to the zoo, teaching them everything there is to from homework to if they decide to play sports. And I understand that I'm not just gonna be always in the teacher role. Sometimes they're gonna be teaching me.
I know one thing I'm gonna teach them. I'm gonna teach them how to drive because you reckless out in these streets. They're gonna be a cautious driver, like their mama.
I mean, we'll get to that later. That's another topic. No, but let's say that we have a son. This is hypothetical. One thing that I'm looking forward to teaching our son is how to be a gentleman, how to take criticism, how to take accountability, manners, just how to be a good man overall.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have a fear of bringing kids into this world, only because the state of society right now is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have a son, I'm gonna be scared. Even if we have a daughter, I'm gonna be scared. Because let's be honest here. Let's be really real for a second. The state of how society treats African Americans sometimes is whack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to being a mother. I aspire to be a mother one day. That's what I want to do. But that's one of the things that just freaks me out.
I mean, let's be honest. As a black man, an adult black man in society, the fact that I have to always look over my shoulder not because somebody might be trying to rob me, just because somebody's looking at me funny, just because of my skin complexion, just because a police officer may think that I'm somebody else and I'm not, which has already happened to me before.
Yeah.
So to go through that again, I don't want to go through that again, and I don't want our children to have to go through that. But we need to, as parents, be able to give them the tools that they need to know how to navigate out of each and every situation and make the best moves possible. Because unfortunately, we live in a society, live in a world where we just saw somebody knock on somebody's door, a child knock on a lady's door. She shot him through the door. So we want to make sure that we are able to make sure that our children are armed with the most knowledge possible.
Yeah.
In any situation.
And life throws curveballs. We can only teach them so much. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm afraid when that time comes. But also I will get a sense like, okay, I did the best that I can. Because there's no manual. I mean, quite honestly, and I've heard this growing up too. There's no manual how to raise a kid.
It's not.
It's not.
And you know what? We also need to look at ourselves, and we need to also make sure that, let's say our children come to us with a problem. We don't want to just not disown, but ignore that problem just because we're like, oh, we're their kids, yada yada. Sometimes we need to sit back and reflect, like, okay, how do we
be stressed too?
Yeah, how do we feel when it was us when we were the kids and our parents, ignored us? That's not a good feeling.
Or my favorite thing is, what you need to be stressed for? You a kid.
Yeah.
Stay a kid. Enjoy being a kid. Like, kids can be stressed too.
Mm-hmm.
And the prime example is that the pandemic.
Yeah. Because us as adults had a hard time navigating it. How do you think it was for children?
Man. Even if it is something simple as like they wouldn't be able to hang out with their friends, stuff like that. That's stressful.
Yeah, and let's be honest, as a kid, your friends are your whole world.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I look forward to learning as a parent. I don't want to ignore my children or ignore how they feel, but I don't want to coddle them either.
Now, and not to shift the momentum of this conversation. Now, I feel like we should share a little bit more on our journey. Now, one of the things I brought to you was, hey, how do you feel? Because I mean, everybody knows that you fought leukemia,
Mm-hmm.
right? And cancer kind of, I don't want to say it runs to your family, but it it made its way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we was talking. I was like, "Hey, babe, I don't. I mean, if you feel comfortable answering this question or whatever like that, or I don't mean to come from a ignorant place, but that's one of the things we got to think of. Like, how do you feel about the possibility, you know, our kid can inherit that gene of
Well, the thing about it is this. Um, my grandfather and my uncle both had they were both diagnosed with cancer. Both caught in the early stages. Um, Both of them were pancreatic cancer, and they caught it stage one. So knowing this and knowing what I've been through, one of the things I want to do with our children, so in the best way possible to fight those things, is to give them a better diet than what I've had, what my uncles had, what my grandfathers had. So, like I said, with knowledge comes, you can do better. So I'm honestly looking at my own diet because I've shifted a lot. I don't eat as much junk food as I used to. I spend more
still
time.
trying to get your drink on the milk, but it's still a work in progress.
It's a work in progress, but it's a lot of things that I like to eat now that I already like to eat, but I eat more of. Like if I go out and eat, I gotta have some spinach. I gotta have some broccoli. I gotta have some salmon. I love salmon. I used to not like eating nuts, pause, but I'm starting to
We gotta stop being childish.
really do. But I'm starting to eat peanuts and cashews and all that stuff. And I'm starting to slightly like avocado because I never liked avocado, but I still do not like peanut butter. And I know everybody's gonna look at me crazy for that.
Man, you know what you're missing. A good peanut butter and jelly sandwich is great.
I'll eat a jelly sandwich with no problem, but I just don't like peanut butter. It's maybe a texture thing.
As we hear kids and stuff running around outside our window.
I know, right?
We in a trap today, y'all. We in a trap.
But overall, just want to say that I'm looking forward to being a father one day. My father raised me well. I think he did a great job because I'm not in the jail and I'm not dead. So I call that a success.
You don't even have to say the dead part because I told you what I do. Croak if you want to. I'll lift you up and smack you like the devil is a lie. Break that high part up.
But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to being a father. And I also want to break the statistics about black fathers. Well, not the statistics, but
stereotypes.
The stereotypes. Thank you. The fact that people believe that black fathers don't raise their children. That's a huge false. Because
Can we talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, because we both know people that we grew up with and watched our fathers raise us.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. I feel like it's always a stigmatism that if you grew up in a single parent home, that means 9 times out of 10 the father wasn't around. No. Now, I'm a prime example of that. My parents divorced when I was 2, right? So I never really got to for real experience or remember experiencing them together in the same home. But that's not to say my dad wasn't around. They had, from what I remember, they had a pretty decent co-parenting, situation. Like, she'll call him like, hey, David, tuition's due or whatever like that. You got it this month, like, what we doing? And, move on from there. And he'll come get me on weekends or weekdays or whatever like that. Or even, even though he made a joke at every damn thing, he'll help me with projects and stuff. So I just don't believe if you grow up with one parent in the household, that doesn't necessarily mean the other parent is not involved.
I agree with that. And you know what? One thing that with my father, I've always had a great relationship with my father. The one thing that I always remember, my best moments with my dad that I can think of, they've been recent over the past few years, of course, with us being married. So that was a huge highlight that my dad was at our wedding. But most
And he
important,
adores me.
he really does.
I really love how he embraces me as his daughter and love.
You know, I love that too. But no, for real. But what I really love was the best memories actually for me came through my recovery. Right with my dad, he would take me to chemotherapy in the mornings. We would vibe out listening to music. We would talk in the waiting room, just things like that. So
and he talked sense into you about putting a ring on his finger too.
yeah, he definitely talked some sense into me. But just over the last few years, those have been my best memories with my dad. Other than stuff that we did as a kid, those are, because they're probably more recent and they mean more to me. I value those much more, and I value our conversations as well too. Because even at 33, he's still teaching me something.
That's what's up. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to experience my father as an adult. He passed when I was 14. But I will say that the memories I do have of him were pretty dope. He was actually the one that got me into music. Just riding around his truck playing different songs and everything. Speaking about songs, hey, you, because we visual now, so hey, you, come closer. So I have a playlist out to commemorate Father's Day weekend. It's called Father's Day 2K23. You can find it on Spotify and Apple. And basically, it's just a collection of songs that reminds me of my dad, my uncles, father figures, and also new father figures. And also new father figures that came into my life. And of course, Uncle Keith over here with this big Kool-Aid smile. So y'all should check it out. It got my favorite Father's Day song on there, Do the Step Daddy. Do the Step Daddy. Do the Step Daddy. Yeah, so check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely dope, y'all. It's definitely dope. I can't stop playing it.
Yeah. So, if you had to describe your father in one word, what would it be?
Good question. That is a very good question.
Okay, I'll make it easier for you. If you had to describe him in 3 words.
Wise, authentic, caring.
That's what's up.
If you had to describe your dad from what you remember, what would it be? 3 words.
Annoying, black, pretty boy. No, I'm just kidding. No, I would say humorous, caring, and creative.
First of all, that's a good thing because I see all of that in you.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And in the conversations we've had about your father, it's a few things that strike me when I think about. First of all, there was probably a time where I saw my father-in-law and didn't know he was gonna be my father-in-law.
Probably did.
Yeah, because obviously we went to the same high school, so that's that thing. Second of all, I think that we would have been kindred spirits.
He would have gave you a hard time at first though.
I believe it.
Because he had to think about me dating.
I believe it. But I think we would have been kindred spirits because it sounds like we had the same humor. I think that is a yes.
Oh Lord.
And I'm gonna be honest, it does make me sad that when I think about that, I never got to experience time with him.
I know, but you gotta give me this though. I introduced you to other father figures who helped fill that void a little bit.
Yeah, at least I got to meet my mother-in-law. So
yeah, but we're not gonna end this on a sad note.
I don't think it's sad because in all honesty, he left me with the greatest gift of all.
make me cry. Don't do
Okay.
that.
But yeah, we got you guys. We definitely want to say Happy Father's Day once again to all the father figures who raised us, uncles, fathers, grandfathers, cousins, stepdaddies,
Our friends who are now fathers and father figures, uncles and all that.
siblings who are stepfathers.
Baby, because I can't believe we're in that age group now.
You know, and it's we have a lot of friends who are fathers, or and we've watched them, and I've picked up a few things like, okay.
And hey, and I gained a brother-in-law who made me a godmommy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs to Ola.
Ola's funny.
Ola's different.
We love you, Ola.
We love you.
So, babe, you want to tell them where they can find us?
You can find us on Facebook at the You Stuck With Me podcast page. Babe, you want to tell them where else they can find us at?
You guys can email us sticky notes at youstuckwithme@gmail.com. That is USTUCKWITME@gmail.com. You can find me personally on IG and Twitter. Mine M1NE_1. That is M1NE_1. Mine_1.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. That's Queen Points. That's PO1NTZ. Again, that's Queen Points, PO1NTZ. You can find me also on TikTok under Queen Points 22. That's PO1NTZ22. Again, that's Queen Points 22. And also, you can find both of us on IG under You Stuck With Me podcast page.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Because we visual now.
We visual. We out here.
And we gotta make sure we tell them that IG page, but so it's You Stuck With Me podcast. You Stuck With Me _podcast. So USTUCKWITME_podcast.
Man, we got a lot of damn handles.
I know.
But it's great. It's great. But this is your one and only, your favorite Taylor.
And this is your boy Marquis, and we appreciate you guys for coming through, listening to our Father's Day edition of the You Stuck With Me podcast.
And if you like what you hear, make sure you rate, like, and subscribe, and share with the other father figures that's in your life. They'll like this too. They'll need a laugh.
Yeah, because we gotta make sure that we give our fathers their flowers. They don't get them enough. So, other than today, we want to make sure that going forward, we give them something that shows that we appreciate them and everything that they do, because they make great sacrifices for us too.
Yes, sir.
So until next time, we out.
Hey, come back.
You stuck with us.
Peace.
Later.